All right, man. Well, Detroit Pistons lose their identity with losing Malik Monk, Tim Hardaway Jr., and then the Schroeder. Um, I guess that's a good question. They kind of reformulating the formula that they use to build the team. Uh, but really, I feel like the identity lies in Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson, Kay Cunningham, and JB Bickerstaff. So I feel like they are the ones that create the identity, but they were major contributors to what we did. And when you turn it around, obviously there's going to be questions about oh, can they get it done without them? And is LeVert a good replacement? Is Duncan Robinson a good replacement? But pretty much they're banking on the development of Ron Hollins, Asar Thompson, Marcus Sasser, Kate Cunningham, Jalen Durham. You know what I'm saying? They didn't lose anything at the core, and then I feel like you kept the most important veteran in Tobias Harris because what he brings in the locker room and what he brings on the defensive end of the floor. I think that'd be okay. I think JB brought a mindset in. I think Stewart brought an attitude in. I think Kay brings the leadership aspect in, and I think they embody what Asar Thompson is just a dog. So, in my opinion, um, it's just that those guys that you're replacing Schroeder with, that you're replacing Tim Hardaway with, you replace Malik Beasley with Karis LeVert. If they don't come in and fit in and do their job, then yeah, there is going to be setbacks. There is going to be setbacks. I feel like they need to make another move or two, but it's no real rush. There will be setbacks, but you do get back Jaden Ivey. So that you do get back a healthy Isaiah Stewart. You do got the kid from the G League probably gonna make the roster. Dennis Jenkins, what's his name? So you are getting back. You are gonna get some jolts of energy, But for the most part, you replace Tim Hardaway Jr. with Duncan Robinson. There's a big defensive drop off, but there's a big jump in knockdown shooting. Karis LeVert is more of a natural scorer than Malik Beasley. Good defender, can handle the ball, but Beasley was just a natural fit, and he was durable. He played 82 games. I think most people would still rather have Beasley just for that fact, right there, fit and durability alone, right? Um, but no, I think the attitude and the identity, it lies in them three variables: the players, the coach, the players and the coach, whether it's Stewart and Cade and Nassar and JB Bickerstaff. So yeah, that's how I see it. I don't think it's camaraderie is probably one of the things that could change, but LeVert has been in JB Bickerstaff system for a while. Don't forget Duncan Robinson came from the Miami Heat way of doing things, so that's all he knew. So that's all he knew. So for the most part, I don't think they have a problem with acclimating here. A lot of times when you have a system in place, you can just plug and play. You know what type of guy I'm looking for. You know what type of personality I'm looking for. What type of shooter, what type of dribbler, what type of guy I'm looking for. And sometimes you bend that rule, for whatever reason. For the most part, the Pistons I think sticking with that. I think the Lions are sticking with that. And that's how they gonna rock out with it. But for the most part, I think it's I don't think identity won't be lost. Attitude won't be lost. Grit won't be lost. Dog won't be lost. So I don't see that happening. So, but like I said, they got a head coach is gonna be in year two of the system. People gonna know exactly what to expect. You heard, kind of like JB was on the podcast and he was saying that, it's no bitching and complaining here, and K carries that mission statement out. And when guys be bitching and complaining, he said you can't do that here. You can go somewhere else and do that. And honestly, I think that's something I adopted, in my life the last few years. Like, what's the point of bitching and complaining? Ain't nothing gonna change until you change it. No point in bitching and complaining. It's just different than bitching and complaining and still doing it, or I'm still gonna do it. And, sitting here and actually having legitimate gripe and sitting down with somebody and telling me a legitimate gripe. So, but I like that. No tolerance for bitching and complaining. But yeah, what they done with the attitude. Why are they popping fireworks? Hope they ain't fireworks. I'm not West Bloomfield today, but yeah, hope they ain't fireworks. But yeah, I like it, man. So I don't think it's you're gonna lose it, but I do think you lost some really good veterans and Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. I feel like you really lost some good guys that really helped these guys grow in that year. And I think especially Schroeder was critical coming in late. And his ability to handle the ball in late game critical situations. I think that was a thing as well too. So, but as far as just their attitude and stuff, I mean, they learn and they know what's expected of them. And when Karis LeVert come in the locker room, I mean, he already know what's expected. Decker Robinson, he already know what's expected from them. They know their roles. They know how they rocking. They know they on the uptick. And believe it or not, they competing for Eastern Conference Championship and NBA Championship. So, I think everybody understands the mission. I think everybody understands the mission. So, but no, that's not gonna change the attitude. I think everybody understand what they need to do, what's expected of them, and what Piston basketball is. And it's been no different through when the Pistons have won championships and been successful. That's the formula to win in Detroit. Scrappy, take no shit, blue collar, hard nose basketball. No bitching and complaining, none of that. So that's the formula. But no, I don't think the attitude is gonna change, honestly. I don't think the culture is gonna change. I don't think, who they are. I don't think that's gonna change. So my opinion on it. But no. No. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop videos. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Wherever else I'm at, you can check my main channels out. All of them is in the description or the description or inside the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.